Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I had did a poll on Instagram a couple days ago where I was gonna do a story time this week, and it was between a car chase that I was in or me being robbed at gunpoint, and being robbed at gunpoint won. So here's the story. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. If you would like to see more or hear the story time of the car chase, drop it down. What is that box called? The comment section. Oh my god. Whew. Full disclaimer, I just got out of a math class and did a test, so I'm kind of like now. Okay, so what happened when I was in 7th grade? So it was Wednesday. Well, it happened at nighttime, but during the day it was really stormy all day, and the lights and stuff were like flickering in the house, and the power kept like flickering on and off and all that stuff. And my mom was like really sick. She had a cold, so all day long she was like laying in bed not feeling good. She was throwing up all day and all that. So it was like later on that night it finally stopped like storming really bad. So me and my stepdad decided to go and walk to get her some medicine. Well, at that time of night, it was probably like, it was like 10, I believe, 10 o'clock, something like that. So we decided to go get her some medicine. So on the walk, we were walking to go get her medicine, and my stepdad was like, oh, it'd be nice if I surprised your mom with a Slurpee from 7-Eleven. So I'm like, oh, cool, like that's really cool. So we decide to walk to 7-Eleven, but like to get to 7-Eleven from where we live, we had to like cut through a park. So it was like we got ready, he got dressed, he put on a hoodie and everything. I got dressed, I put on like, what did I have on? I had like sweatpants and a hoodie on, but I had like this bright pink poncho on. Like, oh my gosh, it was so freaking bright. So we started walking, and at that time, like I had just recently came out, all that stuff. So I was like experimenting with life, I guess you can say. So, we're walking through, like we start walking through the park. We like go into the entrance of the park, and I had like this really strange, it was so weird. Oh my gosh, I have like these really weird feelings before something like big or like bad happens. And I've always had them like throughout my whole life. I've always had like these strange like gut feelings. Everyone knows this. Like everyone, I assume everyone has this. So we walk into the park and I get like this really weird like gut feeling. So I'm like, So I pull out my phone and I keep it in my hand the whole time. And at this time, it's just now starting to, the storm's starting to pick back up. So it's starting to lightning and thunder everywhere. And it's really dark in this park. So my stepdad's like, okay, come on, like we're gonna cross over this bridge, because there was like this bridge in the park. So we start walking to this bridge and we see these 3 men sitting on a bench at the end of the park, or so it's like the bridge is like here and there's like a bench at the end of it. So the guys were like all sitting on the bench. So my stepdad and I start walking, and then we walk towards the bench. So at this point, it's like they're really like, you could tell something sketchy was gonna happen, because they all had like their hoods up and they were like real quiet, and like it was really weird. So we get to the bridge and we're like, we start walking, and then my stepdad's like, dial 911, but don't call the cops. Like, don't dial, like have the number preset, but don't dial it. So I'm like, okay. So I have my phone in my hand already, so I just like put the 3 numbers in, but didn't click call. So then he's like, when we get to the end of the bridge, turn around. And I'm like, okay, like, at this point, I'm, like, really young, so I'm like, all right, like, so we get to the end of the bridge, we turn around. As we turn around, these 3 men are, like, so we're now walking the other way, and the 3 men are, like, walking this way, and I make eye contact with one of the men. And then my stepdad's like, when we get to the other end of the bridge, run. So I'm like, run? What am I running for? There was no reason for me to be running. This girl is too big to be running. Like, what am I running for? So, and now mind you, I'm real young at this age, so at this time, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna run. So we get to the end of the bridge. Before we even get to the end of the bridge, the three men turn around and start chasing us. So I'm like, oh my Jesus, like this man predicted it, like hallelujah, shambarambara shangarambara shandaramba. Like my stepdad had predicted it. He was like, oh my gosh, like he was like, something's gonna happen, so let me be prepared, like let me be ready, whooping an act real fast. You know. So I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So we're getting chased by these three men. So I'm like, oh my God. And I do not know what the fuck to do. So my stepdad's like, run. So bitch, we run, right? So we run down the bridge. We turn back the way we came. But this man gonna leave me. Well, yeah. He gonna start running up like the entrance to get into the park. He started running up that way and I started running the other way. Like, girl, follow me. Like, girl, follow me. So I turn around and I see that like he's not what the fuck am I trying to say? That he's like not following me. But then I see him like turn around, but the guy's already got the gun out, like, girl, like ready to go. My stepdad's like, whoa, like Keisha, relax. So I'm like, oh my God, like Jesus, save me. Make sure I don't go nowhere. Lord, I'm so sorry for all the things that I did. Just make sure I don't get shot up in this bee, because I would like to live, right? So my stepdad, like, he's like, all right, relax, man. Like, talking to the guy. So the guy's like, give me everything you got. So we only had a couple dollars. We poor. So my stepdad gives him the money that he had, everything. But at the time that he gave the guy the money, the guy was like counting it. So my stepdad like picked up dirt and threw it in the guy's face. So he dips. So I'm like, this man just left me. So you know how like, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but like those big old sewer like thingies, the big old like, what the fuck is that? It's like the sewer, but it's the big old metal circle that's like coming out of the ground or like out of a place that like, sometimes they lead into like the lakes and stuff like that. So there was like one of them. So I ran. I was like, like, whew. I was like the Flash in this bee, like, ooh, like, ooh. I was gone, like, phew. So I had like hit in the sewer. So I had like ran in the sewer, and I had watched the guys like go by me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, so I sat there for like a good 5 minutes. It felt like years I was sitting in this freaking metal tube. So I'm like, okay. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come out. So I came out, and at that point, I left my poncho, because it was bright pink poncho, so that was a target. That made me a target, y'all. That made me a target. So I took my poncho, and I just dropped it, left it on the ground, and I started walking away. And then I noticed the guy that I made eye contact with, he didn't follow the other two guys. He stayed there. So I come out the whatchamacallit, and he's like standing there. And I'm like, just shook for words. So I'm like, listen, I don't got nothing. I only got my phone. Like, if you want my phone, take the phone, blah, blah. So this man had me chopped. He was like, I am so sorry for what my friends did to you. That was not the plan. I'm so sorry. I have nothing on me. So he started like emptying all his pockets to show that like he didn't have a weapon or nothing on him. He's like, I have nothing on me. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. So at that point, I'm like standing there. I'm like, what? So he like leaves. He's gone. He starts following the other two guys. So I'm like, just standing there, like contemplating life. Like, what in the world just happened? We was just robbed at gunpoint. And then you telling me that that's not what you was, that wasn't even supposed to happen. That you're sorry for your friend's actions. Like, girl, but you ran up on us too. So I'm like, cause what's good? I'll whip your ass too, right? So I'm like, okay. So I start like walking back up the hill. All I hear is Austin. So I'm like, who is yelling my name? Like, who is yelling my name? Now, at this point, I don't know where my stepdad is. This man could have been drug off, dead, anywhere. Because this man left me, right? So I'm like, where in the frick is my stepdad? Now, at that point, Austin didn't sound like my stepdad. So I'm like, So I start walking, like, up this hill. And it's, like, these two guys. So there was, like, a business by the park that heard, like, everything going on. And I guess they were, like, the two owners were still there. So they were the ones calling my name. They're like, Austin, like, looking for me. So I'm like, hi, like, I'm Austin. Hello, what's up? Okay. You know, I'm ready. I'm like shaking and shit, but I'll still whip your ass too. They're like, oh, your stepdad's in the building, like, or in the business, like, he's safe, blah, blah, we were coming to look for you, da, da, da. I'm like, okay. So I'm shaking, like, whew, a girl can't even walk straight because her knees are, like, buckling and stuff, you know. So we get into the whatchamacallit. Now, mind you, the guys had already called the cops because they heard the ruckus and everything. So we're sitting there, which felt like another 50 years on my life that was almost cut short. So we're sitting there and the cops are coming. Or the cops didn't come yet. So we're sitting there forever. And the cops didn't come yet. So I'm like, So I'm sitting there. And I'm like, Finally, the cops show up like 45 minutes later. Now, we didn't even say nothing to the cops at first. The business owner started tripping on the cop, like, these men could have been killed, like, just starts going off on the cop, like, you should have been here sooner, like, blah, blah. So the cop's response was, well, this stuff always happens. Okay, my life could have been taken, like, I would whoop your ass too! Oh, this cop had me so triggered. Like, girl, you don't understand. I'm talking about some this always happens. This always happens. Always happens. No wonder your town is the 5th most dangerous town in Jersey. So we're sitting there, so he's asking us questions and everything, and my stepdad's answering all the questions. Now, mind you, a girl's still shaking, sitting there like praying to Jesus, like, thank you, God, for not killing me. I'm so sorry for all the sins that I did. Like, I will make you happy. Like, you know. So we're sitting there, my stepdad's answering all the questions. Now, I almost fought my stepdad at this point, because the last question the cop asked was, do you want to ride home? You know what this nigga had the nerve to say? He told the cops, girl, guess. Put it down in the comments. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Put it down in the comments and guess what this nigga said. This nigga said no. He said no. He said, no, we're going to walk. Who's going to walk? Who? Keisha, because you can walk. Not me, Sharday. Sorry, hunty. This man told the cops that we was going to walk home after we was just robbed and the girl was still shaking in her knees. So we walk home. And at that point, my mind is racing like a million miles a second. I'm like looking over my shoulder, like looking around every crevice, like, whoo, girl, you don't understand. We was walking like fucking, like we was running a marathon, like, but not running. We was walking it, right? But we was like speed walking. Like, I probably lost like 70 pounds, you know, girl. So I got home. So, at that point, I didn't even know what to do. So my stepdad explains the whole thing to my mom. So my mom is like, oh my God, blah, blah, like, da, da, da. I'm sorry. So my best friend was there. So she came and like started talking to me. She's like, well, how do you feel, blah, blah. Oh my God, I broke down crying. I was in there like, boy, my eyes down. Like, this man almost killed me. I would never go for a walk in this place again, blah, blah. Oh my God, when I tell you I was traumatized, I did not go back to school for the rest of the school year. I never left my house. It was just crazy. I promise you, I never left the house. Like, it was so, that was probably the scariest thing that a 13-year-old could live. Like, that had me so scared. It was like, I don't even know. Like, I can't even describe it in words. It was just like, to think that there's people out there that like don't care and just do it. Like, oh my God, like, and then the cops, like, oh my lords, like, what if I was killed? What if I was killed? Because I'm too pretty to die. Like, oh my God. So we finally went back home. And then, like I said, my stepdad told my mom everything that happened. And I'm bawling my eyes out in the living room, holding my little cousin, like crying my eyes out. So my whole family's like coming and trying to like hug me and make sure like I'm okay and everything and blah, blah. So now, oh girl, that taught me a lot. That taught me a lot. Because now, I promise you, I do not walk out my door without my phone in my hand and the lock button in my pointer finger. Because my phone is set up. When I click it 5 times, it calls the cops. No. Because let somebody try to walk up on me. I'm jabbing you and calling the cops at the same time. Don't play because I'm whooping in. Cause fuck. So that's the story of me being robbed at gunpoint. I mean, it wasn't all that dramatic or anything. I mean, like, you had to have been there to really live it. But this also happened, like, what year is this? This happened 7 years ago. 6 years ago. So, I mean, you gotta give a girl a break because I don't really remember nothing. Y'all should have chose the car chase because that happened last school year, so I remember everything that happened. But that, oh my gosh, I would never wish that upon my worst enemy, to be robbed at gunpoint, because that is the most scariest thing in the world, to be like just in your own world walking down the street and then like 5 seconds later have the thought in your head like, oh my gosh, my life could be taken away at any given moment, like at any given second. So everyone, stay blessed, stay kinky, and make sure you stay safe because this world is crazy. Hugs and kisses. Make sure you subscribe if you like today's video. When I get to 100 subscribers, I'm actually doing a giveaway, which I also have. Oh, not also. I had mentioned a brand in one of these other videos that I made on this channel, and I talked to the owner of it, and they're actually going to give me some stuff to put in the giveaway. So you'll be getting some interesting stuff, hopefully you enjoy what I'm giving away. I mean, I'm gonna I have some stuff already. I'm getting that stuff from them, so I'm just going with the flow, I guess you could say, and I'm just getting things together as we go. So if you want to enter that giveaway, make sure that you share this video to your friends so we can get to 100 subscribers, so I can get the stuff together, make the video, and have and mail it out to y'all. If you want to see the car chase video, like I said, make sure you comment down below and let me know that you want to see that video, because that was crazy. Oh my gosh. And maybe I'll throw like a little extra thing in that video before the car chase, because something else happened like a day before that in the car. We were just having some crazy car experiences. But like I said, if you like today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to enter the giveaway, make sure you share this video with your friends so we can get up to 100 subscribers so I can do the giveaway. Hugs and kisses.